It is summertime and it is hot, and wherever you are in the country, you are probably cutting your grass more than you're used to. And if you're in Florida, it might even be twice a week. Behind me, I've got 3 of my favorite tools on this property. 2 of them we're going to focus on in today's video and how they make my life easier when it comes to mowing and lawn maintenance. If you've been watching this channel for a little bit, you've seen me use this 4-wheeler for a ton of different projects, and that's not a focus for today. I love this piece of equipment. If you've got less than 20 acres and you may not need a side-by-side, you may only need an ATV to do most of your jobs. This thing is awesome, and let's be honest, it's a little fun too. Today I want to focus on these 2. And so it said, I did pay for these with my own money, and hopefully you can see they got a few miles on them. Both of them are about 3 years old, and they're still both working exactly as they're intended to. This one's made by Ohio Steel, but there's a number of manufacturers that make a very similar product. This one happens to be a 42-inch sweeper. It is gear driven, and so the sweeper inside of here will speed up as you go faster or slower, and it actually lifts it into this carrier, which is really nice. You can adjust the height on this one. It has 7 different settings, all about a 1/2 inch apart. I run mine on 3 for my grass, but you can go much higher or lower, obviously depending on the material you're attempting to pick up. I'm not sure how well you guys can tell with that sweeper, but it may look like we're going really slow, and part of that is just to get you guys a decent shot, but you don't have to pull this thing slow. In fact, you can see my wife back there. She's running the Daytona 500. The way the gear drive works is it's off the wheel, so the faster those wheels go, the faster that sweeper goes. Now, at some point, of course, if you're just ripping it at 20 miles an hour, that thing's back there actually bouncing on the ground and it's getting lift, and when it's creating lift, those sweepers are not actually brushing the grass anymore. So yes, there is a point where it's no longer functioning the way it was intended. Hopefully you can see this brown hue of grass here. It's actually what I would consider pretty thick thatch. I mean, just going like this, I'm pulling up quite a bit. So in a second, I want to show you guys, even driving over that pretty fast, that sweeper will still pick it up. I just glanced at her speedometer and she was going 9 miles an hour right now, and I hope it shows up on camera. I'm not calling it perfect, but guys, there's just, I mean, it's far, far less. I mean, that thing really does a phenomenal job. Ah! Don't give my wife any ideas to take me out. I've been on good behavior, I promise. We do TV in my house. I mean, I love YouTube. I'm trying to put videos up there, but we don't do screen time. Like, our kids don't have iPads, they don't have iPhones. We don't believe in any of that stuff. We like our kids to come out, play like we did, right? They'll go dig a hole, play in the mud, and do some good old-fashioned yard work. This is a little bit cheating because they have a 4-wheeler here, which makes part of it fun. But sometimes, guys, you got to introduce some fun, and you'll see even my wife will get out here and help me, and I'll take that all day long. We do have a lot of oak trees on this property, but they're all water oak, so they don't shed like a live oak does. And unfortunately, because of all the flood damage we've had, most of them on this row right here are now dead. They drowned. They're going to have to come out. That'll all be a bunch of tree work we'll be doing on this video. But I bring those up because that sweeper works fantastic on leaves. So if you're somewhere where you deal with a lot of leaves that you have to rake up, man, that sweeper is fantastic. In fact, I think that's what it was originally designed for. Just so happens to work great for us on the grass. Now, I bought it out of desperation because we have a lot of this Spanish moss here in our trees, and when the wind blows, it falls down. And I thought, I wonder if that sweeper would pick this stuff up, and it does, but it'll pick up about this much, maybe 2 of this. What happens is, this stuff is so ridiculous, guys. It gets wrapped up in that sweeper, and it will literally lock it up. I mean, lock it up. You'll be dragging it down there, and the wheels will be totally locked up. So if you have a moss problem and you're thinking that sweeper could help, let me save you the money. Do not buy it for this. Small sticks, twigs, it'll pick those up. Anything bigger than a 1/2 inch, caliper, that's really, it's not going to do a good job with it. So leaves, grass, man, that is a huge, huge time saver. I should mention the obvious, which is if you have a big mower and you've got a mulcher on it with the bagger on the back of it, yep, you probably wouldn't need this sweeper. I'm sure that's already doing what you need it to do. I don't have that for my zero turn. I have a Kubota Z421, great machine. If you guys ever want me to do a review on that, I'm happy to do it. But comment below, tell me what you guys are running. Tell me if you have the mulcher, how do you like that? Or do you think this sweeper would be a good replacement? I paid 160 bucks for it at the time. I'll put the current price of it somewhere here on the screen and compare that to whatever a mulcher kit would be for your mower. I don't know, maybe there's more value in that. I'm sure whatever the mulcher is for the mower, it's gotta be more expensive.
Speaking of mowers, if you guys like to nerd out on this stuff like I do, go check out my friend Chip's YouTube channel over at Main Street Mowers. He's an awesome dude, great guy with a great personality. He's always up to something fun on his channel, like this one right here, this clip of him running a bunch of different mowers up a 25-degree slope. It was a great video, and if you want to see that one, there'll be a link in the description.
Now you can back this one up. That is what's better about this one than the Gorilla Cart with 4 wheels. But it is a short trailer. Like any short trailer, it takes very little steering to make it go a little haywire on you. So I'm gonna help my wife right now. Okay, come on, you just come on back. So with a little practice, you can actually back that up in hard to reach places and still pull forward and still sweep your yard. Backing it up is also really good when you're building your piles up in one place. You can actually back that sweeper right up into the pile you just dumped and pull that and dump the new pile essentially right on top of your last pile so that you don't get spots all over the yard. Oh! I did. I got confident fast.
Man, it was going so well. If you were
I know, it's right. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Camera's always lessen the angle. There's a very soft hump here, but that is one thing with these sweepers. They have an adjustable height on those. You got to make sure you get it set to the right height because at its width, I believe that one's 48 inches. If you go over too much crown, you can scalp it just like you would with a mower. Okay. Okay, pull forward a little bit for me. Go ahead, go ahead. All right, good job, guys. Keep it going. So this was our first dump of the day, and it gives you an idea of just how much that sweeper grabs. I mean, we're talking, you know, 18 inches to 2 feet tall and easily 2 feet to 2.5 feet wide. Obviously not compact, but it grabs a lot, guys. It works really, really well. Now, the key is do it when it's dry, right? Don't do it first thing in the morning when it's wet and that dew's still on the grass. It will grab it, just not nearly as well.
And I'm going to repurpose these yard clippings in the chicken coop behind me as their fresh bedding.
Unlike the sweeper, this thing gets used all the time. I'd actually love to know how many miles this thing has across my yard, but we've put everything in this. We've put cement in here, we've put block in here, we've put rock in here, we've put dirt in here, we've put tree branches in here, grass clippings, sod, children. It's been a rolling jacuzzi before. I mean, just about everything has been in here, and I'm talking a lot of weight at times. I've got some clips here I'll show you. I mean, I think I've had 12 to 15 sandbags in here. You obviously need to adjust the air pressure in the tires, but this thing just holds up. I think it's rated for 600 pounds. They do make a smaller one, so if you got a smaller yard, that may be a better fit, but I just love this thing. It works fantastic behind the four-wheeler, but the ergonomics on it are actually really good. It's easy to move manually and a good way for us to encourage the kids to get out and do some manual labor. To put it on your four-wheeler or your tractor, you just pull this pin, pull the handle off nice and easy, and then it would hook on just like that. And then you have this dump feature here that goes up, and then when you put it back down, you'll actually hear it click in. It's a great little tool, especially for this four-wheeler. It fits in small spaces. right, bud, take that to the dump trailer.
Here, I'll push.
So not everything needs to involve a tractor or a piece of equipment. Sometimes you just need some good old-fashioned physical labor. Right. A lot of you guys know I rent my dump trailer out. If you're new to the channel, you should check those videos out. I got a lot of good stuff if you're thinking about getting into that business. But one other benefit of having your own dump trailer, it's like having a dumpster on your own property to clean up your mess. I did have one failure with this car, but it was really user error, my error. There's a crack right here. You can see where I've put this metal L bracket over it. This was really just a quick, fast effort to patch this crack so it wouldn't spread and get worse. But it's been like this for 2 years and it hasn't worsened. But it was my fault. I had this thing way overloaded with dirt, and I did my He-Man effort to lift up the dump feature. And the problem was when the cart went up with all that weight, it fell hard. I mean, it yanked me forward and all that weight crashed into the ground back here, and this thing just crumpled on itself and cracked. So it actually should have been a lot worse because I think I had this thing stacked up to here with dirt. So like anything, if you abuse it, it can fail, and that was probably abuse. I know heavy equipment is way more exciting, but not every job requires heavy equipment. These pieces of equipment have truly been a blessing to me. I would buy them both all over again, 2-3 times over. Really, I do. I love them both, and I use them often. I should say, they both spend their life outside. So 3 years in our Florida climate with rain, they haven't turned into a bunch of piles of rust. They are showing some rust. I'd like to get them under roof soon. Maybe that'll be another project on this video. But guys, I hope you got value from this. If you got any questions about any of these, even the ATV, the four-wheeler, the Honda Rancher, I know I didn't talk much about that today, really not at all. But if you got questions about that and you want me to do a review, comment below. If you've got any of these pieces of equipment or something similar already, also comment below. I think that those comments are really helpful for me and the viewers, and I sure appreciate those. Guys, again, thanks for watching. Remember, spend time with your Creator. He loves you. He wants to hear from you. Ask him for help. Give him thanks. And click on one of these next videos and check out what we did there. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.